So here's the deal, guys. Elongated skulls found in Paracas are not human. That has been confirmed through DNA testing. It doesn't match that of humans. So what the hell are they? Beings with huge heads are mentioned throughout historical text and are depicted in many cultures across the planet, but they don't exist today. What happened to these supposed hierarchy of society? If scientific proof on this earth now exists of aliens or gods or whatever you want to call them is not enough, then you must seriously consider the consequences for dismissing such findings. Being skeptical is one thing, but completely dismissing this as a hoax has been more than enough to raise Mr. Spock's eyebrow right over his forehead. Wait till you hear this. When we think of Atlantis, we think of Plato's description. We don't have much else to go on, right? But what if we were to tell you that civilizations that we are taught about in schools like the Maya, the Egyptians, and the Aztecs, to name a few, all share a connection. One connection is the depiction of the handbag of the gods, which has got to be something of significant importance and appears in all these cultures, and it was so important they carved it in rock for all time. And the other connection is that in the elongated skulls, the rulers of these ancient cultures were the elongated skulls beings, meaning they are royal by blood and unmistakably visible to their people. For example, in the post-cataclysmic world, two groups of what we refer to as the pre-Adamites survived. One group in Europe and Asia, which become the dynastic Egyptians, and another one in Mesoamerica. Apparently these two groups were unaware of each other's survival. It is possible that these two surviving civilizations are the descendants of the Atlanteans. They ruled in ancient times after the cataclysm. It is possible they have gone on to further rule in certain circles. Consider the Illuminati, the New World Order. The symbolism for this is the all-seeing eye, the same symbol used by these ancient beings. This is the symbol for the royal bloodline of the Atlanteans. Is it possible that after the time of Columbus that these two surviving groups began communicating again and in turn set up the secret society to establish control over the world once again? The new empire of the Atlanteans may be the world we live in today. If elongated skulls people are still alive today, then perhaps they hide them by wearing a hat or a headscarf or something similar. In France, there have been burial sites found of the elongated skulls beings. This was a full 18-tomb royal dynasty, buried with all their jewels, and they all had elongated skulls. In Italy, even as recent as the 14th century, there is a royal family where they had countless family portraits that showed the prince and princess with huge elongated skulls. The family are called the House of Este, and they effectively have blood links to every European dynasty that have ever existed stretching back through time. But it is unclear how many of these beings are still present in society today. According to so-called whistleblowers, people with elongated skulls have been seen in places like London and New York, in the financial district, and indeed in the Vatican. The Pope's hat is another possible salute to these elongated beings. You have to wonder if these beings are in fact still controlling the planet in some capacity through finance and politics, and of course, religion. We often wonder why the ancient messages seem coded. We consider the great secrets that have been left for us to decipher. Well, perhaps these beings are safeguarding that secret and guiding us as a civilization from their own previous experience. Maybe, just maybe. The elongated skulls found at Antarctica were mind-blowing because not only had they found a lost civilization, but also because they did not match human DNA, meaning they could be alien in every sense of the word. It was thought at the time Antarctica was first reached by humans in 1820, hundreds of years after the suspected age of the skulls, but also because they were elongated with giant craniums, leading some commentators to claim they could have been the remains of aliens who visited Earth. The reports claim that an archaeologist called Damian Waters and his team uncovered the skulls in a region of Antarctica called La Paya. They were hailed initially as the first human remains uncovered from Antarctica before it changed to the first remains of aliens found on Earth. Mr. Waters, allegedly an archaeologist from Smithsonian Institute of New York, reportedly said after the alleged discovery in 2014, "We just can't believe it. We didn't just find human remains on Antarctica, we found elongated skulls. I have to pinch myself every time I wake up. I just can't believe it. They will redefine our view of mankind's history as a whole." The Greeks, the Anunnaki, the Egyptians, and many other civilizations may be the descendants of the Atlanteans, the survivors of the ancient cataclysm. If so, they could still be running this planet today and preparing us for an announcement. They have deliberately not told us of the past in an effort to rebuild what was once lost. When the Atlantean Empire is fully restored, then they will tell us who we are and what we are doing here. This seems as plausible as anything else. Guys, so why would this not be true? Anyway, comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.